What's good, people? It's your boy DJ GX, and right now you're watching Real Talk, and I've got a really special guest in the building today, Alonzo.
Yes.
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you, my brother, man, and thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you coming
You're
out,
welcome,
mate.
you're welcome, you're welcome.
Listen, I'm just gonna get straight to it, mate.
Yeah.
You had a really good year last year. I saw you pretty much you had so many shows last year, right?
Yeah.
New year, new situation. 2019, man, what's happening? Talk to me.
Yeah, man, 2019 is already looking good. We only in February right now.
Right.
Yeah, I have this EP coming up. The idea of the EP is just a combination of some of the songs that I've already worked on for the past 2 years. I'm like, you know what? Let me give it to the people and just keep them entertained.
Now, I was looking at your biography, and your come up is pretty interesting, mate. Talk to us about how you started.
Like most artists these days, they'll tell you to start off singing in the church.
Right.
So I started my music in the church, singing in the church. And my first recording ever was sponsored by the American Embassy. So there was a competition about HIV and AIDS. They needed a song, an AIDS awareness campaign song. And I actually went there. Fortunately, I won the competition. And then the American Embassy sponsored me into the studio for the first time. And when I got into the studio, right there, I knew this is where I wanted to be. That's the moment that, you know, my entire life changed. That's the moment I've kind of realized that music is my calling. That's where I wanted to be.
So you've done this talent show. What happens next? How did that change your life?
When I got into the studio for the first time, it was great. American Embassy was taking me across the country.
Nice.
You know what I mean? To campaign.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And then it was a good feeling to see people performing in front of a lot of people, to see people, appreciating your work. You know, I had people from the embassy just really appreciating my song, making contacts for me here and there. Before that, I was also writing my own original songs, original songs. So I had a lot of original materials before that. And then I moved over to Nigeria because there was the war.
Okay.
So I moved over to Nigeria. And in Nigeria, I went to the studio there and I recorded. My father was in America at the time, so he used to send me money to go to school, and I take the money and go to the studio.
Yeah, you went to a different school. You went to a different school.
So by the time I finished, you know, I had an entire album. I had about 17 songs. And I came back to Liberia and I released an album. That was my first album. My first album was called Innocent, and it was released in Liberia.
How old were you at the time?
I was about 21.
How do you write songs? What happened? How does that work? Did you get a beat and be like, okay? Or did you write songs and then go look for a beat?
I can actually sit down and create on a beat, or I can just sit down and think about what to write and then give me the beat and then look for the melody and try to pinpoint what exactly that I want to the message I want to send across, right, and how exactly I'm gonna to create that message for it to suit the beat. So there's a few different ways that I write my songs. I can actually write with a beat or without the beat, but mostly with the beat.
So talking about inspiration, right? Mm-hmm. And writing from inspiration, what comes first? The decision to, I'm going to write a song, or I'm inspired, I'm going to go write a song. What happens first?
Well, it's actually a combination of both.
Okay.
You know, when I'm inspired, that moment, I just want to put it down. You know, I explain the story, go deep into it, and kind of create something.
Cool. So now you're producing a lot of your stuff that you said. What happened? What was that? Was it out of frustration, or just another way for you to express yourself?
Well, it's just another way for me to express myself. I've always seen myself as someone who, in the future, I just want to kind of create opportunities for other people.
Right.
Me going into production is something that I've actually wanted to do, because I see myself in a few years just being at the back and chilling and helping other people and working on them.
As far as your skill sets as an artist, right? What did you work on?
I spent 3 years of my life just studying music in this country. Right. So every aspect of music, I've covered it.
Right.
So in terms of production, in terms of performance, everything. So I can actually read the music on the notes.
Right.
So I've actually, because as an artist, you need that. In terms of live performances, when you speak into musicians, you speak in terms, musical terminologies. Right. So as an artist, I mean, these are things that you don't even need to know everything, but the basics. So if you go into the studio per se, yeah, and then you should understand keys. Most artists these days don't even know what keys. So they have a band playing, and then the band saying, okay, what key is that song? You think, oh, I don't know. It's embarrassing.
Right.
I think these are the basic things that artists need to know and develop their skills, because it takes more than just going into the studio, going back behind the microphone and saying.
In terms of like collaboration, how do you work? How does your collaboration work?
If I write a song, if I'm working on a song, I always tend to imagine what the song would sound like after post-production.
Right.
So when the song gets out there to the people, I always imagine how they're gonna accept it.
Right.
Most of the times, that's when the need for collaboration comes in.
Okay.
I'm thinking, oh, this song would be better off with a rapper on it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then I will test it myself, because I have a studio in my house.
Right.
So even if I'm doing the la 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 thing, that thing, I record it, just record the flow, and just listen to it and hear what it sounds like with a rap part in it.
Okay.
Then I have a few friends that we all went to school together, and then they come to their ideas, and we work together and saying, oh yeah, I think this is good. You're gonna need a rapper in it.
Right.
And then the need for a rapper comes in.
Looking at the market right now, looking at the people that are out right now, is there one person that you would love to collaborate with right now?
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of artists that I would love to work with. Even right now, I still have Sakode in mind.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I have Sakode in mind. My people are talking to his people
All
right now.
right.
So definitely, because I love his style. His style is unique, and he's not anyone. He's Sakode. He represents Africa.
Right.
It's unique. He raps in Tree. Unique.
Right.
That's Africa.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That's something that is unique, and that's what I'm about. Do you know what I mean? So that combination, and there's a lot of artists as well. You know, in Sierra Leone we have a lot of artists as well. We have Rose, we have Famous, we have Mahmoude. You know what I mean? These are people that are doing well, and you know I'm open to collaborations as well with these people. I'm working on. There's a song right now on my EP that I also have LAJ on. You
are one of my favorite live performers. I enjoy watching you perform. Right. How much?
It's good to know that.
No, seriously, I'm being honest. Because obviously we're out a lot. We see most of these artists when they're performing. We see, or when they're miming.
Yeah.
You seem to enjoy yourself when you're performing.
Yeah.
Right? Have you always had that? Or is that something that you had to work on?
Well, that's something that I had to build from scratch.
Right.
You know, and I do enjoy performing live. There's no point of me going to perform and then singing the same thing that's on the CD that the people already have.
Man, seriously,
I just enjoy performing live. And when you perform live, it connects your audience to you more than when you're performing, when you're miming a song.
Right.
I mean, it's unfortunate not all the events create an opportunity for live performance.
Right.
But if I had the opportunity always, I would perform live. You'll never see me miming my song.
I love the way you tend to get your audience involved when you're performing. You do that a lot. Are you conscious of that when you're doing it? Or are you just in the moment?
I think it's something that I'm conscious of.
Okay.
But then obviously as an artist, when you get up on that stage, you're different. For me as an artist, when I get up on the stage, I'm different. I'm no more the normal guy you see.
Right. Okay.
It's a spiritual thing.
Okay.
So once you get up on that stage, you're gone. You're in the moment, and you just want to be able to deliver. I'm conscious of the fact that I'm up there to entertain people. If I don't, I lose a fan or two or three fans, and no artist want to do that. No matter how small you think the event is, there's a potential for it to make you new fans or to break you, and then you lose fans. So that's why every time I grab that microphone and I go up on the stage, I'm very cautious of the fact that there's an opportunity for me to lose fans on this performance, or there's an opportunity for me to gain more fun.
Now, you've got Liberian and Sierra Leone. Do you make songs specifically towards the market? Like you say, oh, this song is towards Sierra Leonean market, this song is, like, I'm going to push this more towards Liberian market, or you just make songs?
I think I focused more on the Sierra Leonean market.
Okay.
Throughout the years.
Okay.
So when I signed my first record label, my first record deal with Cowbox Records, everything changed. So they specifically changed my whole thing to suit the Sierra Leonean market. And then since then, I've never looked back.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And then being in Sierra Leone and growing up there, doing everything there, I kind of like lost a little bit of the Liberian vibe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I can't even speak the Colombian language, you know what I mean? So how can I sing? But I'm very flexible, I'm very confident singing in Creole.
Right.
I'd love to sing in Colloqua, in the Liberian dialect, but I can't unfortunately.
Okay.
But the fans have always been there for me. But on this EP, it's a combination of both.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I'm kind of like tapping to the Sierra Leone market and the Liberian market, and I love it.
I've heard a lot of artists complaining that they don't get enough support from DJs, right? Obviously, we're in a small community of artists and DJs, and there's a lot of noise out there. The artists are not happy, or we're not getting enough support. Do you feel like you get enough support from DJs?
I think support is two ways.
Okay.
So how many of these artists, let's say if a DJ is trying out a show,
right?
How many of these artists turn up?
Right.
Let's go there, support the art, support the DJ. The DJ has a gig. He's doing a little show in Nollywood or 701.
Right.
You see DJ this, DJ that, doing this little thing. Yeah, as an artist, how many of us go there, pay our money to get in? Most times, artists will show up there and say, hey, I'm Alonzo. I need to get in.
Right.
Without paying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How am I supporting the DJ?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So I think support is both ways. Now, the DJs need to do more. That's the only thing I can say.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They're trying, they're doing their best, but I tell you what, if you are not close with a DJ, if you don't build a good relationship with a DJ, trust me, that relationship is always going to be on a business level.
Right.
Because if I'm a DJ and this artist, you know what I mean, doesn't even, check up on me or whatever it is, you know what I mean? And then once he has a single or whatever it is, and that's the time he hits my phone, hey, yo, DJ, DGX, you know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously, what do you want?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, what you want.
It tells you that he's got something, and that's when he needs me.
Right.
Even though, yes, the DJs in our community, we need to push them to do more, but these guys are doing great because let's be honest, yeah. If the songs are coming from Sierra Leone that's playing especially in London, yeah, if they're all over the place, you go to parties and club people are jamming it, it's because the DJs are playing it. You know what I mean? And sometimes, trust me, you don't even have a personal relationship with these people. You know what I mean? It's because you're trying your best way. The only thing we can do as artists is to speak to the DJ, say, guys, you know what I mean? They need to do more.
Right.
But the relationship, I think, the support that we need, we can get it. But we have to understand what's the relationship first. Okay. Because once we understand what's the relationship, then we can try to understand how we are going to receive the support from the DJs. But if we don't understand our relationship, because the truth is, I'll tell you what, I know a lot, even me, I'm guilty of that. There's certain DJs, I will not even pick up a phone to say hello, hi, until I have a song that I want to promote. Right. And that's not fair.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest. Yeah. That is not fair. That is totally not fair. But we want support. How do you expect that DJ to sit down, spend his time, his energy, his money, yeah, promoting you and getting nothing back? How? It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. We'll get the support, but support is both ways. You don't need to support a DJ financially.
Right.
You can support a DJ in so many ways, and then you get to support that. Now, I have a few DJs that I work with, yeah, back home. And that is why I've lived in the UK for almost 10 years now. It's long. But guess what? When you go to Sierra Leone, I'm still relevant.
Yeah.
People that I used to work with in the industry back there 10 years ago, some of these people, you don't even hear about them anymore. Do you know what I mean? There's a way, relationship, and then you get the support. That's what it is.
You said something that we can do more. What would that more be? What would that be?
I've seen a lot of artists a lot of DJs from different countries.
Right.
The strategy that they use in promoting their artist.
Right.
You know? A lot of mixtape. I mean, some of our DJs do mixtapes. Well, they do mixtapes. They do collaborations. So DJ GX featuring Alonzo.
Right.
Yeah? Boom. Go to the studio, shoot a dope video, promote it. Do you know what I mean? That's it. All your DJ friends, they know that that's your song.
Right.
Yeah? And because you being a DJ and you all run things together, they would promote that song because it's a DJ song.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how you find out most of the songs are getting big, because there's a lot of strategies that you can use to promote us. And that's why I said you need to do more mixtape, doing your own songs, collaborations, having a network of circulation. So if you have a good network to circulate the music, it's easy. We need these platforms. You know, we don't have these platforms. And that's one of the things that we need to start looking at as DJs.
You mentioned obviously earlier about collaboration and working with like female artists. And something that, you know, we're becoming more and more aware of lately is the fact that there's not a lot of women in the industry. Why do you think that is?
I think we have. The only thing, they've not really had, you know, the opportunity to kind of like really compete with the male artists.
Okay.
There's a lot of pressure from the male artists, do you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's a shame because I know for sure that we have female talents. You know what I mean? It's just that the platform and the opportunities, they don't really have it that much as compared to most of the male artists.
Okay.
You know, but it's good to see people like Rose standing out, really competing and doing really well.
Right.
You know, I feel very proud, you know, because I remember back in the days when I signed to Carbox Records,
Right.
she was hungry.
Okay.
I'm not surprised that she's actually doing well.
Okay.
You know, she was hungry. She would come in the studio and learn things and sit down in the studio and listen to, you know what I mean? She was in a group called Indigents at the time,
Right.
where they had, Nigga Dunn was part of that group as
Okay.
well. So they used to work together. And all the Carbox artists would come out and she would always come to me. We're close.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We learned a lot. She learned a lot of things from me. I learned a lot of things from her. One thing I knew for sure back then, she was very hungry. She was really hungry for success. And that's key. You know what I mean? What's missing with most of the female artists is that hunger. You know what I mean? You gotta be hungry if you want something. And most of the girls think that they can just come out, okay, they feature one or two, they do one or two songs and then put it out there and that's it. No, you gotta be hungry for it, you gotta go for it. You know what I mean? But the opportunity, I think that's what's missing, and the hunger for success.
So basically, as far as young guys are concerned, you think people give up maybe too easily, and you know, some of them they come in maybe 2 years later, they're not where they're hoping to be, and think, oh, you know what, I did something else.
Trust me, being an artist in Sierra Leone is like, trust me, being an artist in Sierra Leone, you gotta be strong.
Right.
If you're not ready for the challenges,
Cool.
you're not gonna even, you gotta quit even before even starting a career. So I think that's what happens to most of these female artists.
Right.
You know, they come in, some guys want to take advantage of the fact that, you know what I mean, oh, that's a nice girl, she's sexy, she can sing. Oh, come on, I'll sign you to my record label, and the next thing, advances and here and there, and they get lied to. They get, trust me, there's a lot. I've seen a lot in the industry, especially when it comes to female artists. And the frustration is just too much. I've worked with a lot of female artists. I see how frustrated they are because they want something, they want to push, you know what I mean? But they're not really getting that opportunity. They're not really getting to the level that they want to get to because there's a lot of suppression for male artists.
Is there anything right now that you can think of that we can do as a community to like change that?
I think as a community, what we can actually do is to actually create a platform where we can actually have female artists coming up to showcase their skills. And these artists, we can actually build them up. You know, when I say building them up, DJs have a way to kind of like help. So let's say if we have an organization where female artists come in to just showcase their skills, and we have in that organization is being supported by the DJs Union or whatever organization that's into entertainment, music production, you know what I mean, promotions, choreography, everything. These people can actually help these artists to grow. If we create that platform and we give that support that they need, I think it would help them a lot.
What's the business of making music in Sierra Leone like?
That's a very interesting question. You know, it's very difficult, I'm going to be honest with you. People don't seem to understand the business side as far as music is concerned in Sierra Leone. That is one of the things that is missing. And it's frustrating because some of us invest a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money, you know what I mean, making music. But then on the business side, there's no structure in place. We keep mentioning the music industry. I, for once, want to say we don't have an industry in Sierra Leone. Music industry, we don't have. Because an artist will finish recording an album, yeah? But guess what? There's no company in Sierra Leone that does distribution.
Right.
Yeah? So what happens? The pirates are there. They have the machine. They're ready to do the distribution. How much of that revenue goes to the artist and his team? We don't have it. Yeah? We don't have the network to circulate the music.
Right.
So it's a shame because artists need to survive. They need to live the life. You know, it's something that we need to benefit from our talent.
Right.
But because there's no structure in place, the business is not booming. You know what I mean? I'm very, very sure about this, and I can challenge anyone who will say otherwise, that business is booming musically in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
It's not. But I just admire the courage from Sierra Leonean artists, you know what I mean? To still be doing it, be making music, great music, with the little resources that we have, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I got to look at music, the little opportunities that is there as an artist when you make it. You know what I mean? You get respect.
Right. And
there's a saying, respect brings money. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So that is key things because for me, the last time I did show in Sierra Leone was in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the Overdose album.
Okay.
The concert yes. So it was good. And at the time, I didn't even know that the president back then had actually listened to my song. Right. He actually know who I was. You know what I mean? And I was shocked one time I was sitting down in my living room and I got a phone call from a friend of mine who said, oh, I'm going to see the president. He said, I should come with you.
Nice.
I was like, really?
Nice.
Okay. So we got there and I sat in front of the president and I was shocked when he said to me, oh, that your song, Na You Bang Bang, I love it. My wife plays it in our car all the time. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Nice.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these are things that you wouldn't know how much you're impacting people, what you're doing. You know what I mean? The respect that you get.
Right. Right.
So I think that's something that we are actually living on as artists. You know, we work hard, we get respect, and that respect that we gain help us to generate income.
So I was just gonna ask that, like, how do Sierra Leonean artists right now, how do they make money? How do they pay the bills?
It's tough, my brother. You know, it's really tough. The only thing is that, you know, God bless the diaspora
Right.
in a way that it gives opportunity to most of the artists. So an artist can come out. It's not even guaranteed.
Obviously.
But the fact that one thing I will always say to people, especially artists, yeah, no matter what, you need that overseas experience because it changed my life. It changed my perception as an artist. You know what I mean? It changed everything. I was seeing things in a different way when I was back in Africa. But when I started coming overseas and seeing the way things are being done, my experience, you know, it changed everything. It changed my life. And I will never, ever regret it. So I am always there hoping and praying that artists do get the opportunity that I had. Do you know what I mean? The same opportunity that was given to me, you know what I mean? Because that is something that can actually build artists and help them to make money. There's a lot of ways that you can actually make money from your music. Now, I don't have my music on CD passing around in Sierra Leone, but I have my music online all across the world, that I get people buying my music in Japan, in America, in Canada. And guess what? The money comes to me. Even though it's not much, but it's something for me to go back in the studio and book 2 free sessions. So it keeps the business going. Do you know what I mean? And then consistency. Once you become consistent, people always want to see you. You understand? And then whatever it is, you get called up for shows. Whatever your negotiation skill is, it benefits you in a way because you go there, you get paid for your work, and you get the exposure. You move on to the next one, you still get paid, and you generate an income. That's how it is.
The management and the people that these artists are signing to, are they actually getting anything back from them? Or obviously, I know CDs don't sell right now. No one is selling music.
Not at all.
So what is there? What need someone signs to management? What are they actually getting? What's in place to say, oh, this is how we're going to make sure you get some money coming in?
Well, I think this has been an issue from day one,
Right.
even when I came into the industry. Because when I was back in Sierra Leone, so let's say, for instance, now, if my brother T-Boy leaves London and goes to Sierra Leone and he sees an artist that he likes,
right,
he just takes him out, buy him a few drinks. The next day, that artist goes and tell everyone, my manager's come from London. So he's giving him the manager title already.
Right.
So he's the manager. Do you know what I mean? And his expectation becomes very high. He expects T-Boy to give him $5,000, buy him clothes, take him to the studio and everything, without even an MOU to understand exactly what's T-Boy giving, what am I getting
Right.
as an artist,
Right.
you know what I mean? So most of the time, this is the problem. Artists jump into deal without even understanding from the get-go what they're getting into.
Right.
They don't even understand what the company is bringing or the individual is bringing on the table, and then how it's going to benefit them. Artists need to, first of all, ask questions, read contracts, understand the clauses in the contract. So let's say if the manager don't give you what you're expecting, there's nothing that says he should give you what you're expecting. There's nothing there. So if he's been giving you money, been supporting you, and you become a superstar, as they can call it in Sierra Leone, big superstar. You know, if you're a big superstar, trust me, if he makes money off you, I'm telling you, most of the money that he makes off you is probably the same amount he spent on you.
Right.
So it's just that artists need to show respect and appreciation to people that have been there for them. You know what I mean? I think our expectations sometimes is a little bit too high. You know what I mean? Our expectations a little bit too high. For me, my first record label, my first record deal was with Carl Box, DJ Box, bless DJ Box. You know what I mean? You can never talk about Alonzo without DJ Box, without Carl Box, without Calon or DJ Box. You know, we've had our issues. I remember back in the days, we had some serious issues. Every time there was money issues. You know what I mean? You can see artists will come out like fighting and cussing and that. When it comes to me, they ask me, so Alonzo, what are you going to say? I'll be like, I've got nothing to say. I'm good. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. The fact that, I just appreciate the fact that, you know what I mean? I moved from Liberia to Sierra Leone without even knowing I was going to blow up. Like, from the moment DJ Box saw me, he's like, hey, damn, this guy's got talent.
Right.
And he didn't have nothing. Trust me, people think Carl Box had money then. Nothing was there. There was no money. There was no money. It was just the hype.
Right.
I was there. But guess what? DJ Box believed I was going to be the biggest superstar in Sierra Leone. That's what he believed. There was no money. Sometimes I had to finance things. But guess what? No one knew what was going on.
Right.
Just the fact that he believed that I was going to blow, I was going to be big, I was going to be successful in music, that was enough for me. And up to today's date, I still owe him everything. I'm still paying respect to him. I think artists need to start not to just look at the bad side,
right,
but also look at the positive side and see how best they can come to a compromise.
So if you were speaking to like a young artist in Sierra Leone right now, someone that's coming up, you know, and is just ready to take that next step, what would your advice be to that person?
My advice would be work hard on your craft.
Right.
Prepare yourself without even expecting anything for now. You just have to prepare yourself. Work hard on yourself. If you're writing, write. If you have the little money to go and pay an engineer in the studio to do little things for you, go there. Invest in yourself. When that time comes, nothing will stop you. And I keep saying this because I have witnessed it firsthand. When I was grinding in Liberia, I had about 18 tracks already recorded in Nigeria. So I came with that CD. I had it with me. I had the songs. So when my cousin DJ Sonny told me about Carl Box Records, because he used to work in old school,
right,
he said, I got a record label. You need to come back to Sierra Leone, because I grew up in Sierra Leone. You know, I went to primary, secondary school in Sierra Leone. So it's like, hey, you need to come back. You need to come to Sierra Leone, and I'll link you up. And guess what? When I went back to Sierra Leone, I was ready. I had 17 to 18 tracks already recorded. Yeah? And DJ Box listened to those songs right there. He didn't even listen to the third track. He listened to track 1, track 2.
It was sold.
And he was like, Sonny, it's boy, I did for sign. It's boy. And that was it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was it.
You were ready.
I was ready. You know, I wasn't waiting for a manager to come in and give me money to go to studio or to invest. No, I was ready. When the time comes, you hit it big. The only thing you got to do right now, work on yourself, invest in yourself. Most artists don't want to invest in themselves. Trust me, they want a management team to give them money to go and shoot the video. Bro, sometimes you have to learn things. You know what I mean? You have to invest in yourself. And like I said, I've had the opportunity, and this opportunity, I thank God for it. You know, I thank God for the opportunity, because if not, most of the things that I know today. Nah, man, I go for on there. See what I mean?
Obviously, you are aware about Davido's show last week. So that all to 20,000 plus people, beautiful situation for afrobeats, you know. How do we get Sierra Leonean music to that level?
Well, Sierra Leone music is not at that level. I'm not saying it can't get to that level.
Right.
But I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Okay.
That's the hard fact.
All right.
Nigerian music, African music is getting to a level where it's been appreciated globally.
Right.
And there's a level playing field. There's a good platform for African artists to blow. People are really getting fascinated about the genre, afrobeats. One thing, as Sierra Leonean artists, what we need to do is to create our network, a good network, which is something we don't have. We limit our songs, our music to ourselves. That is key. That is one thing that we need to work on.
Right.
Selling out the O2 is 20,000. The big deal with that is because it's in London and it's African artists. Sierra Leonean artists been selling National Stadium 20,000, 25,000, 30,000 since way back.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that is something that we should be proud of.
Right.
You know, because even in Nigeria, I know these guys, they haven't been selling out stadiums in Nigeria. And that's true because why? I was in Sierra Leone when P Square came to perform and they saw National Stadium. They were like, oh my God, all these people. Wow, it's a big deal. Sierra Leonean artists been doing it.
Right.
Which means there's a possibility, but there's a lot of things that we need to do, which we're not doing. And in the UK, we don't have that presence. Sierra Leonean music don't have that presence. We need to start getting onto platforms where we can be heard. How many Sierra Leonean artists do you see on these stages? Let's say doing an opening. How many Sierra Leonean artists would you hear on the BBC One Extra? You know what I mean? How many Sierra Leonean artists would you hear on let's say Capital Extra? You know what I mean? There's a lot of platforms that these guys are sharing their work. There's a lot of network going on, but we're not in those networks. Do you get what I mean?
Right.
And because we're not in those networks, it's gonna be difficult for us to create that impact that these guys are creating. And that's just the truth. But we can do it. But it takes a lot of work, and I don't see that happening soon.
So present day, right? We've got the EP coming out.
Oh yeah, man. Yes, EP's coming out, man.
Are you excited?
Very excited,
Talk
man.
to us about the EP, man.
I can't wait for the world to listen to what I've been working on for the past 2 years, man.
2 years, mate.
This EP is called the Kutoro Baba EP.
Right.
So basically, Kutoro is my hood. That's where I grew up in Sierra Leone. We're talking about the New York City in Sierra Leone, you know what I mean? The city that never sleeps,
right?
KTR. I did a song called Kutoro Baba, and this song, you know, it's just to kind of like pay respect to my home, my hood.
Right.
That's where I'm from.
Right.
The whole dream started there. You know, I remember back in the days, Alonzo was just there, you know what I mean, the normal guy. And the inspiration was there, you know. And this EP also, I feature a few artists. I have LJ on the EP.
Right.
I also have Boke Raw on the EP. Boke Raw is a Liberian rapper, you know, the only Liberian, one of the few African artists that made it to the Billboard top 10.
Oh, that's big.
You know what I mean?
That's big.
So
right?
he's very good. I got him on the EP as well. And it's a combination of everything. You know, for me, I tend to kind of like show my versatility.
Right.
You know, so if you like reggae music,
you're good like that.
There's something
like
there
that.
for you. You know what I mean? If you're looking for a pop song, there's something there for you. If you're an afrobeat person, there's something there for you. If you're a trap music fan,
really?
there's also something there for
See,
you.
in the UK, you've been there too long now. It's time to make trap music.
So, yeah, I mean, I have a trap song called Work It.
Okay.
And that's like, when I listen to that song, every time I'm
you did the smile on your face alone. It's like, that's so weird.
Every time I'm listening to that song, I'm always asking myself, hold on a minute, is this me? Is this me? You know? So yeah, it's a good thing. I'm excited, and I can't wait for people to, you know, to listen to what I've been working on.
So when is the EP coming out, and how do we get it?
Yeah, the EP is gonna be out on the 16th of March.
March 16th.
So
okay.
it's gonna be out on the 16th of March. We're doing a little listening party and release party on the 16th of March, and once that following day or two is going to be online on all digital platforms.
Okay, so it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
What's the rest of the year saying for you then? EP's coming out, then what we doing?
Yeah, the EP's coming up, and got a few shows lined up. We're gonna tour the world.
Right.
So we're gonna start off in Africa.
Okay.
Going to Sierra Leone and Liberia.
Nice.
You know, Sierra Leone, there's the few places in Sierra Leone that the people haven't seen me for years.
Okay.
And this year, 2019, they have the opportunity to see me again. So once I finish releasing the EP, moving down to Kenema, I'm doing Kenema on the 13th of April. We're doing Bo on the 19th. We're doing Kailon, we're doing Pujon, we're doing Monrovia.
Okay.
We're doing New York. We're doing DC. We're doing DC in June. We're doing New York. Actually, New York show is happening in April as well.
So what? Nothing for London?
London, we're doing the release party in London.
That's it. We just get the party and that's it. I've been to parties, man. Parties just a little thing. You're gonna do 2 songs and then that's it, mate.
Yeah, so we'll come up with something, because I get that question most of the time. Like, when are you doing something in London? When are you doing something in London? We'll definitely.
Just because we live next to you doesn't mean we don't get to see you. Seriously. If you could go back, say, 20 years ago, when you were just starting, what advice would you give yourself, knowing what you know now?
Well, I would just advise myself to work hard more. You know what I mean? Self-belief is key. You know, because I've always believed that I'm one of the greatest artists in Africa.
You know, listen, man, you're one of my favorite performers. So I have to give you that. So that's not.
Thank you very much, bro. So that's key, because it takes you believing in yourself for people to believe in you.
Right.
You know, if you think you're crap, people think you're crap. But if you think you're good, then obviously, and believe that you're good, just stick to it. Then obviously you're good. People believe you. So it takes a lot. I advise myself to be very hardworking. Just work hard, but self-belief, believe in yourself, and just stay positive.
Any regrets?
Regret is the regrets are beaucoup. But yeah, one regret is the fact that you know, I wouldn't really say it's because it's something that I couldn't control.
Right.
I was hustling in Nigeria 2006. You know, musically.
Right.
Like, I was there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was there in Nigeria doing my thing. I was in Nigeria when P Square came with Busybody, when they came with you know, there's a song called Get Squared, but when they were dancing Usher, that kind of thing. Yeah. I was there when Tony Tetula came with You Don't Eat My Car. I was there. Yeah. And then I started getting called up to go for shows. I started doing performances.
Right.
There was a show called Rock the Mic in Nigeria. Right. I used to go every week on Wednesday, White House in Ikeja. I used to go there every week. Every week Wednesday, when I go there, I'll win. For 3 months, I was winning every week, and they said, "Okay, you know, don't come again. It's okay, don't come back." And radio stations were started playing my song. Right. And the thing I liked about Nigeria, how it all started, it's easy. You don't have to force anything. You have a song, go to the radio station, you pay them 5,000 naira, they play your song 3 times a day for a month.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was there. So I was getting into it, but then I had to leave Nigeria because my father passed away. So I left Nigeria, and since then, I never went back. But I have friends in Nigeria that we were all rolling together. And since then, since the Nigerian music industry got to this level, these guys have been behind my back.
Come back.
Come back, you need to come back, you need to come back. And up to now, I haven't been able to go there. So one thing I said to myself, wow, I regret leaving, and I also regret not being able to go there since then. That's it.
You build the same platform like these people, right? Just like back in the day, even Davido and them when even
exactly. Oh yeah, no, trust me, man. Back
it's
in
what
the
it is, man.
It is, man.
Say, you can't lose your dad and say I'm not going on, man.
Nah.
Listen, man, I appreciate you coming out, big man.
It's all right, brother, man. Respect,
right?
man.
We're doing the EP this year. We're doing the big.
We're doing it,
crazy.
man.
You're gonna get stupid, man.
We're doing it. We're
Listen,
doing
man,
it.
people. March 16, right? March
yes, 16, it is. March 16, 701. Yes.
I'm gonna be there.
Nice.
X amount of people are gonna be there.
Yeah, man.
The EP, like, you know, it's Alonzo.
Crazy, man. The Kitty album EP. Yes.
Listen, anything you want to say to your people before you go?
I just want to say respect to you all, man. Thank you so much for supporting my music. I want to see you all on the 16th of March, 701. The Kutorobaba EP is coming out. Support it. One love.
That's us. We're gone.
I know.
Talk. DJ GX. See you next time, man. Out of here.
Line up.
Nine bing bing.
Nine bing bing.